WEMFradio.com.
Sweet.
Hey, I'm Pat B. Adam Willis couldn't be with us tonight, but it's okay. We have an action-packed, fun-filled show for you. I'm messing up already. I'm sorry. Here on the Geek Down on WEMF Radio.
Leap forward bionically.
I'll leap forward and what you hear right there is me leaping off the bridge. It's like I cast up the intro. I'm messing up. Hold on, give me a second. It's good for clearing the sinuses. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Geek Down. I am Pat B. In the house we have my homeboy, Grandmaster JM.
Peace. Got added all these acronyms and pseudonyms like I'm running for the FBI.
Brother, like you are not sitting here wearing like the frat shirt and stuff.
Hey man, names on the back for those of you on the Twitch, you can see it.
Conspiracy Brother James, you go with it?
Something like that.
All right, and also sitting right next to him, the very handsome, always flexible, friend of the show, Dale Stone's joining us again.
Hey, what's going on? And how long until I get my cool nickname? I mean, are we on a point system or like what? How's that work?
Man, please, okay. I've seen your webpage. You don't need any help from us.
Yeah, for real. I saw your webpage like, geez, he caught Diesel swole, man. Go ahead.
Well, speaking of Cock Diesel, the man right next to him, making us all, just embarrassing us all with his fortitude and prowess.
Oh my god.
All right, that's right. I'm talking, of course, actually, old school listeners of the Geek Down may remember our old producer before DJ Herbie Herb came in and earned his stripes. The man who kept us sounding amazing and extra special every week was DJ Rob Bizzle.
No one's called me that in so long, and I'm glad I have a nickname. I was getting ready to react to something, and now I remember that I already have one.
Hey man, this man was a hard act to follow because not only were you producing for us, you also had your own show here on WEMF.
Yeah, we started at Unregular and moved to the Dig, and then came here, and then went indie. So we've been going since 2010.
Yep. I remember it was on Regular when I met you. That's what it was.
Is that where it was?
Yeah, it was on Regular. Okay. Herb was still wet behind the ears back in them days.
All right, well, this man taught us everything we know, and then broke out like, "I'm done with these suckers. Peace."
Well, I don't forget where I came from, and everything was
and he didn't forgive y'all.
Everything was
revenge.
Everything was a building block to a bigger thing, and
wow, damn, all right,
yeah,
damn, wow, that's ice cold.
He made take the gift.
No, I mean,
hit them while you can.
Well, no, this touches on what I wanted to talk about, and you wanted us to talk about PAX, and I certainly want to talk about that, but it's all relevant.
But we cannot talk about PAX without introducing our engineer, who's also our primary gaming expert, who's also nowhere near his microphone right now. I'm talking, of course, about our engineer keeping us looking as good as we sound. For those of us watching on Twitch right now, I'm talking, of course, about Just Johnny.
You.
All right, back to work.
And let's back to work. And of course, you're watching us on twitch.tv/thegeekdown. And if you're not, you have the information. Please jump on and you can see our smiling faces. Or if you're on Facebook, you can check us on Facebook Live. WEMF has us streaming live too right now. So we are full coverage, baby, all day. And of course, that is attributed to the man himself, DJ Herbie Herb.
Hey guys.
I wasn't going to forget you, man. You know this. All right, but no, that's right. We do have an action-packed, fun-filled show for you. And you mentioned our first topic, man. We want to talk about PAX real quick. Gaming Convention Extraordinaire. Anyone who's unfamiliar, PAX is I guess, officially international games.
At this point, yes, because they've gone to, where have they gone? Australia.
There's PAX Prime, or I guess it's PAX, original recipe now?
Yeah, I think they still call it Prime.
All right. In Seattle, we have PAX East right here in Boston coming up just next week. And they also have some other little thing that they... PAX South is in Australia. So.
And then they're going to do that board game PAX in Philly soon.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a brand new, dedicated to board games.
All over the place. And this man right here sitting across from me has the... I don't know. I'd say distinguished honor, or do you figure like, oh god, another one of these?
No, I'd consider it an honor. It's not exclusively me, but me and one other guy from MagFest, a very unlike PAX, but they have they're in a similar vein.
Well, MagFest is another gaming convention, but they're more like fighting game centric. They expand into different types of games and really promoted that one dude with the Power Glove a lot. But you're not talking about Power Glove. About him, are you?
No. There's
all right, brother with the Power Glove.
Basically, what I'm getting at is this one guy, Mike Peliquin, and myself have been working very hard. When it comes to PAX, I know it's a gaming convention, but for me, it's all about the music. I'm not really much of a gamer, believe it or not, even though I love geek stuff. I love to be in that environment, but it's all about the music. And MagFest is gifted sort of a room by PAX East, and they call it Jam Space, based on a space that they have at their own festival. I think it originated, they were just jamming, like a bunch of guys who liked games, and they were like, I know how to play the guitar riff from this Zelda game, and we'll set up our games, and we'll have fun.
Don't say it like that. It sounds rinky-dink when you put it like that.
Well, it was rinky-dink at first. That's the point. But then 20,000 people come now, and it's been 14 years, so it's no longer rinky-dink. But so they sort of cram it into one room at PAX, and me and this one other guy were able to book the entire room this year, and we have 27 different artists from all different kinds of music, from chiptune to video game metal to Wizard Rock. We even got Emperor Norton's Stationary Marching Band coming on Sunday.
Good folks. Yeah,
so
That's awesome.
Just about everything that I could jam in there is in there this year.
I'm hitting that up. I'm with you on that. When I used to be a gamer hardcore, we talk about the X-Men here that we all used to play when we were kids. I mean, I haven't been gaming nearly as much, but I'm with you on that one in terms of gaming music and all that.
Please
I'm
come
definitely
by.
going to be hitting that up. Absolutely.
Yeah, it goes from 10 a.m. till midnight on Friday and Saturday. We even have DJs on Saturday night and a chiptune dance party on, that's DJs are Friday, chiptune dance party on Saturday night, all within the jam space.
I do dig those too. I've seen some dope shows in the jam space. Now that's where I've discovered a lot of bands too. Through just like hanging out in the jam space, I'm tired of wandering the floor. I'm tired of like folks looking at me funny because I'm old, and I just hey, I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm well aware of this. I'll take that. But I rescind to the jam space. She's like, yo, here's some tunes, hang out. I'm still in the environment. I'm not getting hit up by folks. Hey man, can I street pass you? And I'd be like, I'm having DS. And they're like, get out of here, old man. And I'd be like,
Kicking the knees, keep running.
Seriously.
And they have games set up in there too, so you can play games while listening to.
Yeah, they have some classic games along the
Yeah, buddy, you sold me, Rob. You sold me.
Well, I want to run this by you because I don't know how much we talk about metal all the time. We don't talk. I don't know. We don't really talk about game metal. And I've discovered groups like Arm Cannon there, cats like Power Glove.
Yep.
And it's just like, good. You know Power Glove?
Oh, I know Power Glove. I know Power Glove primarily because of you. I mean,
all right.
Man, I think maybe undergrad or maybe right after we graduated, you started pushing a lot of Power Glove to me. I'm like, yeah.
I met those cats live there and, got the albums and, it's just like, stuff was ill. So it was like good experience to get like firsthand. And I mentioned Arm Cannon. Yo, this dude is Arm Cannon.
Danimal is a really nice guy, and that's the best part. Well, not the best part, but one of the best parts about Jam Space, and even MagFest itself, is the artists are sort of just there with you.
Yes, they are.
So you're like standing with 5,000 people watching someone rock your world, and then they're just next to you in the arcade a little bit later, like, hey, what's up, man? And that's how it is in this Jam Space. You'll be able to meet the artists. They have just a merch table on the wall there, and you just go up and say hello.
It's a good chance to like actually interact with folks too, like interact with performers, and you're not like harassing them. You're not in their private personal space things. They're at this convention too. They're there because they dig the stuff. They dig games. They're playing games. I met Samus there.
She's amazing.
Samus is cool as hell. Yeah, God, she's amazing. And it's just like I met her, and I think it was the old school, the classic gaming room. And just kind of like she was playing some game and like whooping some dude's ass. I'm like, okay, cool. And I got next. We played a couple games. I got handled. I'm like, fall back. And then I think it was like 45 minutes later, I see the same girl that I lost my ass to in the classic game room up on stage, just a rocket. I'm like,
killing
it.
All
right. Yeah, seriously,
killing it. She's practically made me cry from the stage. She is that amazing. There's some footage that I'll send your way.
Okay, you realize it's like broadcast live to people. Like you just admitting, and I bawled like a baby when she was on stage.
Hey man, I'm getting smushy. I'm getting smushy, and this touches on something that I wanted to bring up.
Okay.
To sort of rewind to when you said, "Ooh, that stung," when I said moving on to bigger things. My goal this year with the Jam Space was to try to help not only present Boston to MagFest so that potentially some of these bands can graduate to the bigger MagFest stage, but also to help bring Boston together. And so I have done my very best to include everyone. So when you reached out to me, I was like, of course. I have been taking all everybody that wants to be involved, I want them to be involved in any way. I think Boston has such an incredible music scene, and it's just a matter of them coming together.
Yeah.
And I know that people have been preaching. I'm not trying to have a Robbie Roadsteamer rant on EMF right now. I'm just saying, as far as the VGM nerds,
this will be the very last Geek Down.
No, but as far as the video game music and nerd music scene goes, there's a lot of clickiness, and I'm done with it. Yeah. I'm just going to say that straight up. I am done with it. So I'm putting all of you people in a room together, and I'm going to make you guys play nice. And I hope that you all look around, all of you Jam Space performers and attendees, and look at each other and say, wow, look when we're all together, there's a lot of us. We can be, this is going to sound corny, we can be the Seattle of VGM if we want to be. We just have to own it. So, Pat, you're in. Let's do it. You know what I mean? You and I and anybody else that wants to help, and you guys too. I just want to keep this scene moving because it's what I thrive on. It's my lifeline.
I'm with it.
Oh, no.
You know, what's the line from Airhead?
As we break
they got the guns.
switches and headphones.
Switches and headphones just going down.
No, we're technical difficulties right here. The oddly quiet in the whole gaming discussion,
aficionado
for real. Just Johnny over here, just like breaking stuff and vandalizing equipment.
Sorry
here.
about that.
I'm surprised about your dedication to the work, because I would have dropped them headphones and made sure my switch was all right. Like, I'm like, F you headphones. Is this okay? My bad.
It's fine. There was a guy that uploaded like a video, like dropping it on concrete from like 5 feet in the air. 11 drops before it finally broke.
Now, does that have like a cover on the controllers or something? Because only one I've seen firsthand it was all black.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. And the only ones that were made available to the first pre-orders here to America, here to us in the West, we lowly plebs, was the. No, I thought the white or the black. You said it was actually gray.
Yeah, it's like a charcoal gray.
Yeah, I'm saying black, but
yeah. No, we know. You don't have to see color. We've heard it, Rob. All right, well, just touching on facts real quick. It's a good time. The Jam Space, particularly, you mentioned nerdcore, and people automatically flash to like MC Frontalot. It's like, okay, cool. Who else?
There's Megaran. There's MC Lars. There's Michael Kill. There's so many. There's actually a really wonderful group on Facebook, nerdcore hip hop group with a couple thousand people in there, and they're just constantly putting out more material, constantly.
And that's the thing you said. I said nerdcore. You said nerdcore hip hop specifically because that's the thing you mentioned earlier. Brings people together. Different genres that nerdcore falls into is one of the main things that brings different types of folks together. I'll go to a metal show. It's like cool. It's me, like two brothers, and like 1,000+ other white folks. So it's like, we need maybe a couple Latinos here and there. Maybe the brothers were just dark-skinned Latins. Either way, it's not that diverse. For a hip-hop show, granted, we are in Boston, so there will be like, it will look like, that Q-tip scene from The Phantom Menace. But other places, it does tend to be very compartmentalized in audience and an environment like this where it's like, it's nerdcore everything. It's like, I'm there because I like this type of music, but I like games first. And that's the thing. I was brought here by PAX, which is an mostly encompassing. If you fall some of that controversy news, we're not going to touch on right now, then some folks might feel excluded. But the environment that's created with the Jam Space is more like, hey, we all dig games, we all dig tunes. Come hang out and party with us.
Yeah, and then there's open jam times as well. So if you aren't in a band, but you want to play some music because you sit on the end of your bed with your acoustic once in a while and you learned how to play some Zelda riff, you just climb up on stage and there'll be other people there. They actually usually have one or two people who will be jam leaders, proficient musicians from the area. And like Sam Mulligan is actually going to be there on Saturday as an MC all day long. Oh. And I'm trying to see if Sam will lead a couple jams. I don't know if that's his thing, but I think it secretly might be. I don't know. No pressure, Sam. Sorry.
How much that you can push is, go for it. You are on the seat of power, my friend. Appreciate and exploit.
Well, I don't want to do that, though.
No,
I want it to be all of us.
I believe that legacy. It's just going to be you and these, like, Lenin-style posters. Yeah, seriously. You're just like,
a Che Guevara hat.
Oh, no.
It's you in the poster, and under it, it's like the Mario Paint letters, music notes. Okay. And then so while we're touching on tidbits, and I know I don't want to keep you too much longer. I know you have like a tighter schedule, but okay. So what kind of acts can you tease for us that we're gonna see here?
Well, I don't even have to tease. I can tell you every single one, which would be way too long. So I can tell you if you go to the MagFest website. It's probably the second post down, the full announcement. But to touch on, let's see, Donut Shoes is a local chiptune artist. Minus World, Lame Genie, both from the area. MC Facepalm, Shane Hall, I think you know. Super Soul Brothers, a couple DJs. Orlando Boom, not Bloom, Boom. Fraxium, Radio Scott Void, you might know him. The World is Square. Draco and the Malfoys making their very first appearance. Draco and the Malfoys is based... So years ago, they had a party and they invited Harry and the Potters. I don't know if you're aware of this wizard rock music scene.
I am. I can't speak for Dale.
Yeah.
Well, they invited Harry and the Potters and then said, "Oh, wouldn't it be funny if we made a band that hated Harry Potter?" So they called it Draco and the Malfoys.
No, I like it, dude. That right there is a game themed nerdcore Gem and the Holograms Misfits beef.
Yeah, they're really really amazing. They're really amazing. And actually, through them, I met another band called Blue Milk Run. I'm looking around to see if anybody gets it.
Well, Blue Milk.
Oh, that's
there
Star
we go.
Wars,
All right, very good. It's a Star Wars themed band, secretly containing the Potter Puppet Pals. But that's not what they're there to do. They're there to play. They're there to play Star Wars music, and they won't be doing the
the Cantina theme.
No matter how many requests.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
You got 17 remixes.
Lead singer jumps up and goes, "We only play 80s, Joel. It's going to be like that, right?"
I think I got through just about. I mean, I missed a couple. Emperor Norton's we mentioned. TTB, local band TTB.
All right.
Is going to be playing on Sunday. This other guy, APOC, tuba, chip tunes, amazing.
Nice.
You got to check him out.
Well, until he got shot with Switch and Mouse. Matrix, come on, nobody.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
I got you.
All right, thank you.
I'm with you.
I'm like, if anyone, any show on this station, this one, and you all went dead silent.
Yeah, he
No, I
had,
heard
no,
you.
he had
Okay,
less
all right.
lines than any of the extras, which is why you probably got a
He
couple of
did.
seconds.
You know what's messed up too? If you read any of that Animatrix background stuff,
I got her.
APOC is supposedly like the illest member of that group, and he made like most of the software they use to access the Matrix. I'm like, okay, cool, this dude's the man, right? Wait.
Yeah, like
he died he had a line, died. He had like technically 17 seconds of screen time.
What did he say? What's wrong? And then he died.
Yeah,
He's
no,
like,
he.
Trinity.
Yeah, he like, no. If you remember before that, he opened up with the Uzi, right? Like in the sewers, and that was it. And then that was it. It was just game over for him after that. It was like, all right, no, his fate was sealed.
You ever wonder if he took both the blue and the red? What would happen if he just grabbed both pills?
You just be like,
which
oh,
one?
I just said bump it and just chuck both.
You become Mouse.
Just take
No,
both.
you enter the Matrix, but you're like permanently on PCP. So there's no coming back. I'd like that though. Just unleash some PCP laden like psychos in the
horrible.
in Agent Smith's tower there. It's like what was Matrix Neo's company. Just like go through the cubicles. I've had so many daydreams about going through my own workplace. Sorry,
Hey,
we're broadcasting.
bro, hey.
Okay, so back to the Geek Down. All right, so we're talking to DJ Rob Bizzle of Geek Beat Radio. You want to give us what's going down with Geek Beat these days?
Geek Beat Radio is growing faster than I can keep up with it.
No, rub it in. Sure, go ahead.
Well, no, you guys are doing great too. Don't.
Yeah, no, you're doing all right.
We're all gonna give him a straight face. Look at that.
We'll be right back. No, it's a passion project. Still, I don't make money off of Geek Beat Radio. I invest a lot of time in it. It gives me and Biff, Biff,
Yes.
and Carbia a chance to interview people that, if you just call up somebody from I'm Afraid of the Dark and say, "Oh, can I interview you?" They're going to say no. Who are you? But if you have a way to do that, like this show or our show, then these people, and you have a little bit of a history. If you started your podcast yesterday, the guy might not say yes. But we have 6 years of history. You have almost 6 years of history, I think, at this point. Maybe and more if you include
14. But yeah, thanks for.
Well, I didn't know about previous. I didn't know about previous shows. That's even more amazing. You'd get the interview before me. And that's the point.
I'm going to call Lori Beth Denberg tomorrow and be like, you know what Rob said?
So it gives us an opportunity to meet these people that we really admire and have wonderful conversations. And when we went 24 hours from being just a 2-hour show to our own website with a stream, I needed to populate it with music. And the kind of music that we've been talking about is what I had to go to. And luckily, a lot of it is Creative Commons. So I don't really have to worry about rights. Although I do support the artists in any way that I can, as you can see, trying to get them shows, trying to play their music,
and all that.
promote them.
No one buys more custom shoelaces than this man right here. I just want to point that out.
I definitely do.
The camera's right there.
Oh, hello, camera. How are you? Is that this is Facebook and that's Twitch?
Exactly.
This may be the
Facebook,
first time that I've ever been.
I never went to the Facebook one at all.
It's on WEMF.
It's just on 24 hours a day. Is that what you said?
Well, no. Every show is managed by this man here.
Okay.
Twitch is managed by us and this man here.
Okay.
I can see myself here. Y'all can't, so I'm gonna give him bunny ears over on the thing. No, I'm kidding. All right. Okay. So let's wrap it up real quick. We want to give our listeners the inside stuff on where they can check out Geek Beat Radio.
Just go to geekbeatradio.com. We're on Facebook and Twitter. We're on Instagram. Don't bother checking Google Plus. We don't. And please come to the Jam Space. We'll be on tonight at 10 on geekbeatradio.com. I don't know what happens after your show. I'm not trying to tell people to go listen to another station. Sleep.
Possibly sex. With one or more people, depends on who our audience it actually is.
Depends on how good the show was, right?
That too, yeah.
I was wondering who all those people were out in the other room.
Hey, man, they're dedicated fans, dedicated and tumescent. All right, and so so PAX runs next weekend, March 10th
through the 12th.
We'll be there. We'll have full coverage next weekend as well. Next week's Geek Down. I'll be there. Just Johnny will be there.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be covering the hell out of that.
And if you listen to our stream during the Jam Space thing, you will definitely hear Pat's voice at some point.
Yeah, man.
Maybe some of yours.
I just want to add, I actually went on to the Jam Space stuff and performed on stage and stuff like that. It's very fun to have. It's you guys should I hope you guys get plenty of praise because it is very nice. And I was there when you guys started doing it when PAX East first started. And it was just kind of fun to discover that something like that existed. It was very small back then. It was like this makeshift thing. Equipment wasn't even ready.
Like three dudes
it's still very DIY. Don't be surprised if we're like patching cables, more often than we wanted to.
But it was a great idea then, and it was just wonderful to have to sort of promote people to just pick up and play.
Well, thank you for saying that. It certainly wasn't my original idea, but I'm so happy to be a part of it now and help keep it going.
It was good stuff, man. I was there too. I remember Johnny. I saw you perform. This man lost the rap battle. It was amazing.
Oh no!
Got up
How
there.
bad was it?
Have you ever seen anyone just completely dissed in rap by Adele?
By Adele, huh?
Yeah. So, I'm sorry.
It was bad. I tried to channel my inner Vanilla Ice, but
you could have had it all.
It's the outer Vanilla Ice.
Could have had it
matters,
all.
man.
I could add that just today, this is an exclusive, a Geek Down exclusive.
Oh snap!
Just today, Video Game Rap Battles, a YouTube channel, was added to perform 1 p.m. on Saturday.
Oh,
Jam Space. And that isn't even on the event page or anything yet. But they have a lot of views and they're really cool. Like I was like, oh, what the hell is this? Video Game Rap Battles. Yeah, this is going to be great. And then I was like, oh, these guys are really, really good. So
is it open mic? Any open mic? Can I get?
There's a couple hours of open mic each day.
I'm doing it.
Two different slots of like 2 or 3 hours each.
I'm doing it.
Yeah, start getting ready.
Please do.
Come on, Pat.
All right, cool. Want to thank Rob Bizzle for swinging through, giving us the lowdown on the PAX Jam Space and Geek Beat Radio.
Thank you so
much. I know
much.
Rob, you may have to dip out, so those of you on camera might see this guy giving us the finger out the door.
I probably will.
Do not be alarmed.
When my butt is pressed up against that door, you're gonna have to edit that out, Crispo. Sorry.
No, not at all. Not at all. It's none of that. If any of y'all saw Logan, this will be the Deadpool hams right up against the glass, and none of y'all know what I'm talking about. All right, Rob. No, dude, thank you very much.
Yes,
man.
Thank you, Pat. Really, it was a pleasure and nice to meet all of you guys. Yeah. I know we're on Twitch and Facebook.
Nice to see you again, buddy.
Juice.
And thank you, Geek Down
Mutual
audience.
respect. Right there.
Mutual respect.
All right, now keep it on the gaming tip because we're looking at this fine device right here in front of us, and I feel like you just and the man's just teasing us, Johnny. You are the first adopter in the Geek Down, well, here in house, to acquire a Nintendo Switch. You want to give us the inside stuff, my friend?
Yeah. So I brought this up a couple weeks ago or something like that, or a month ago.
You mean you
talked
rubbed it
about
in?
the Switch.
Yeah.
No, I talked about it and sort of gave some initial impressions, and now it finally came out this past Friday, and I spent pretty much. I took the day off on Friday.
Again, you realize, like, broadcast to folks.
Hey, man,
I
just do.
used a
I
vacation
can't come
day.
in. Oh my God.
It wasn't a sick
Ebola.
day. It wasn't a sick day. It was a vacation day. Right? I did
Okay,
nice and proper. All right.
Dirty D's been locked in his house for like ever. I can't remember the last time I seen Dirty D on the show, and he been locked up since he got his Switch.
His son's like, Dad, I gotta go to school.
He been asking your mother.
So, got it. I've been playing the hell out of it all weekend. I haven't actually
anyone
gotten
can
to
see,
play it today. We have it on camera, and it's running right now, so we can like
Switch on Twitch.
put some stuff on. Maybe we'll have Zelda run. Maybe you can go ahead.
Yeah,
whoever
well, I don't know what the
doesn't
heck
have-
I'm doing. All right, so
I'm just gonna out you real quick here. Jay was playing for like a good 20 minutes before the show. And just like I went to let Rob in the building. I came back. I'm like, damn it, why, hater? And I'm like, yo, you a priest, man. Tone it down. Just all right. So it is exciting gameplay from what I hear.
All right, so
Well, that's a no.
I'm gonna try to review the console itself and not include Zelda.
Okay.
why
Other
not?
than-
Okay.
other
I need some
than-
help here. What am I doing?
Other than including the
we are
fact that
live
Zelda
on
is a
air.
launch title. So I will say this about Zelda and sort of the Switch as a console handheld hybrid thing. To have Zelda, this particular Zelda, as a launch title is super, super important and definitely makes recommending this difficult.
Really?
Otherwise, if it didn't have this, I would not recommend the console. Not right now. I would just say wait for there to be more games. There's no rush. However, if you have if you don't have a Wii U or you don't have a 3DS, definitely get this console. It's interesting. It gives you the best of both worlds. And
You heard what Johnny said. Screw it. Game Gear is better.
Game Gear.
So the big thing with the Switch is that you're able to put it on your TV, play games there, 1080p, awesome graphical yumminess, not to the extent that you'll get on like PC or Xbox or PS4, but pretty close. It depends on the game itself. Some games will look better than others. The Fast Racing RMX game, I didn't play it, but I've seen videos of it running. It looks really impressive, and looks like it could sort of give games on like PS4 and whatnot a run for their money kind of thing.
Okay, because I remember the visual aspect being one of the main things they touted when advertising for the Switch. Like, this was supposed to be and I guess it's not technically a mobile system, but it is a freaking mobile system. It's on right here, right now. It's not like plugged in or anything.
No, it's not.
You know,
It's running on its own power. So this
that was a huge
is
claim, though.
This is without a doubt the most powerful handheld mobile device for gaming.
Okay.
Without a doubt. There's no question there. You won't be able to play. I mean, it's running this Zelda game, and it is phenomenal. The draw distance, I've never seen a game or played a game that has a draw distance like this game.
Right, wait,
that is so
pause real
far.
quick. I don't mean to interrupt you because I know our Twitch users probably can't see this.
I can't find a weapon.
Yeah, exactly. Our Facebook users can. These two have completely checked out of the show because the second you handed that controller over there, they've been riveted to this spot.
Straight typical men right here.
Yeah, I mean,
Seriously though, man.
yeah, guilty as charged.
What bringing your wife to just like slap you anytime you lose focus? All right, Johnny, continue. Sorry.
But that's the game itself. But using that game as an example for what the graphical
It
capabilities
is
of the
beautiful.
console are. So James said it himself. It's beautiful. This game is very beautiful. It's very stylized. You're not going to get the realistic high fidelity graphics of, for example, Horizon Zero Dawn, which just came out last week. You won't get something that looks like that, but you're going to get something that's going to be close. But not. It's never going to match the graphical capabilities. Now, with that said, what I believe is going to happen with this particular console is because it's very modular in design. For example, I'm holding up the grip controller that comes with it. Now, the whole aspect of this console, and not
flight sim crack pipe, yes.
not this console handheld, is that
You can call it that too.
not all of it is actually here with me. There is a big a bigger part of it called the dock station, which I didn't bring over, but essentially you need the dock station to switch from playing on handheld to the TV itself, and that is just one of the components on this thing that makes it very modular. These controllers, these neon blue and red controllers on the side, can get pulled off. I'm going to try to pull it off without interrupting gameplay.
No, you go ahead. I'll pause.
There we go. So I got the red one right over here. So these are the Joy-Cons. It's complaining a bit. You can continue
gameplay. Like a game
gameplay.
system made by Erector Set. Okay,
Right.
you take off parts.
So you can take off different pieces of this console and play it however you see fit. That's a big part of it, is that if you want to play with the two Joy-Cons separately in either hand detached, so you don't have to do like a T-Rex sort of grip while playing, you can do that. Or you can latch them onto this grip over here and play on a more traditional controller. Or you can get the Pro Controller, which is what I got because I need to play Zelda with a Pro Controller.
You gotta real controller. You elitist. I can't play with anything subpar blue.
No, I agree. I need a real controller.
And you can also use each of these Joy-Cons. You can turn them on the side, and essentially now you have two controllers.
Wait, like a mini little like old school NES controller? No, I believe you. I mean, I don't.
So
I
you can
got
turn
big
on your
hands.
side like this.
No, I think this is like more SNES reminiscent. Like this is individual.
Yeah. The NES actually came with two controllers.
It's so tiny though, man. I'm like, look at these paws. All right, these
man hands.
Yeah.
So what they have is if you open that up.
All right. He got a special package.
So they also have like these little extender, I guess, straps, if you want to call it, which you can slip onto the Joy-Cons to sort of extend the side of it to make it a little bit bigger. Also, these shoulder buttons, it'll give it bigger buttons to press when you latch it on.
Damn, they thought of everything. I can't even make fun now.
So as I said, it's very, very modular, which is probably the most exciting part about it, is because it's so modular. The inevitable upgrade that I am almost certain is going to happen, when that comes out, all you really need to do is just upgrade the console part, the tablet part of itself, because you don't need to buy. So that saves you money because you already have the Joy-Con, you already have the grip, you already have the dock.
Damn it!
I'm not sure I understand the argument.
Language, sir.
I died. He got me. Sorry, he came out of nowhere.
Okay.
Now you gotta pass the controller.
I got the game over. I got to pass controller.
I'm out of my league here.
Everybody on Twitch sees me game over.
Let's wrap up on a quick note, because from what I'm seeing, now you said it doesn't have the library, but the current library, the large library, but the current library that exists now, does that make it worth getting for the hardcore gamers? Because even though more will come down the line, the games that are out for it already seem to have folks riveted once they jump in.
All right, so. Zelda, if you don't have a Wii U, or if you want to play the ideal format of Zelda, then get the Switch. It is worth buying a console for. Zelda is that good.
That legit.
Yeah, man, I was looking at it. It looked like I thought I was watching The Sound of Music for a second there.
It is really good. Just this one game here, it is worth buying a console for. Now, if you don't own a Wii U, then yeah, definitely get the Switch. If you don't own a Wii U and you're a Nintendo fan-ish,
and boy,
get it. You're gonna love Zelda, and eventually there's gonna be some great games that are coming out for it. Now, the launch window of games that are coming out, and the games that are planned to come out for the remainder of this year, there's a lot there to be excited for. So there's Mario Kart that's planned out. There's a new fighting game called ARMS that Nintendo's making that's coming out within spring. There's Splatoon 2. There's a JRPG, a huge JRPG that I'm a big fan of called Xenoblade Chronicles 2. That's coming out. And then to top everything off for the remainder of this year, and I'm skipping a lot of other things. There's a ton of stuff coming out. One of the bigger games that's coming out, probably the biggest other than Zelda, is going to be a new Mario game, Mario Odyssey. So with all of those things taken into consideration, all of the massive number of indie games that are out right now, there's like 5 or 6 that are out right now, give or take. And there's going to be a lot more coming out very, very soon. And they're going to be speckled about. They did a presentation, like 60 indie games, like really good indie games coming out this year just for the Nintendo Switch. And that's not even all of them. So it's definitely going to have the lineup there. I would say if you are on the border of getting this or not, and don't think Zelda's gonna cut it for you, or if you can get Zelda on the different on the Wii U, then hold out until the holidays and definitely get it then, because you're gonna have a crazy amount of games and you're gonna have a crazy good time with us.
All right, cool. So you heard it here. Johnny said skip it. Kidding. No, okay. So the fanboys, fangirls hop on like now, pounce. While the getting's good, and the rest of everyone else wait till there's a couple more games, but definitely earned your seal of approval.
Yes, and Zelda is definitely worth getting the console for.
All right, cool. Thank you very much. All right, now I want to turn the table over to my man Dale Stones.
What's up?
Got the lowdown on comic Con Vixens.
Yeah.
Just the name just warms the cockles of my heart.
Yeah. As it should.
Okay, well, give us the news, man. What's going on?
Yeah, sure. So, as part of PAX East and a big part of the culture that surrounds that, a lot of people are coming in from out of town. A lot of really well-known cosplayers, burlesque performers, people from all over the place are going to be coming in to do this show, and this is going to be at the Rockwell. And there's going to be a lot of really great names there. I'm looking at the cast list right now. It's amazing. We got Stella Chu, Topher Bosquet, Gogo Incognito from Nashville. We got Zilly Lilly from Toronto. And, of course, holding it down in the hometown of Boston is both myself and Ginny Nightshade.
Nice.
And we got a couple other folks that are still being finalized in the lineup, but it's going to be a really good time. You're going to see some real good cosplayers doing some real tribute pieces to some of the most beloved characters.
Wait, I'm going to pause right there.
Yep.
What kind of show is this? Because I think people are really going to be excited about.
Sure. So primarily a burlesque show. And there's a lot of crossover between cosplay and burlesque. And so there's going to be a lot of people doing acts in characters, like I myself. We're talking a lot about the Switch and about Link. I'm going to be bringing my Link act, which I'm really excited about.
He's playing Link as a Switch.
Yeah, it's
there's actually
it was right
T-shirt
there.
with the Switch on it that you can get in the game. It's ridiculous. You're in medieval times and you have the Switch logo on your shirt.
That's so Microsoft.
Yeah, but it should be a good time. I mean, actually, there was the VIP tickets have already all sold out, so I know there's people from PAX who are actually looking to find something to do afterwards. And I know there's a lot going on that night, but still, I mean, get it while the getting's good.
Just the VIP tickets, though. People can still get tickets.
Yeah,
general admission
still there.
All right, cool. Because I got to get my standing room only.
But anytime I have an opportunity to dress up as Link, I do it. Halloween, I was sitting in my house dressed as Link. We didn't get any trick or treaters, but I was happy.
Nice. So hey, that's all that matters, man.
You've got the look going on there.
Yeah. And then,
I mean, intentional or not. I'm just saying.
Exactly. Just putting on some tights just for no reason.
Hey, what you do in the privacy of your own home is your business. In front of that open window that faces the daycare across the street. Is still legally. Okay, sorry. That's taking a dark turn. Continue, please. No, what really excited me was when you actually pitched this. It's a geeky themed burlesque show, and the acts consist of things like video game characters on stage, cosplayers actually doing routines in the full gear. And stuff like that blows my mind. You dropped some names on us. Anyone who's not familiar with the expanded burlesque scene outside of Boston, of our local region here in New England, what might they know them from?
Well, I know, personally, I know Stella Chu just from doing, from just watching her on the cosplay circuit, and so just knowing that she's going to be there, and she's got like a massive internet presence as well, and just the different cosplays, like the Overwatch cosplays, are just I'm all about Overwatch these days. So anybody that can pull off a really good Zarya or Mercy, it's just like I'm there. Here's my money.
You should see Johnny's Tracer costume. It's brilliant.
Oh my god! Really?
Oh yeah. I put the LEDs into her LEDs.
All right.
How you fill up them track pins?
Don't you hate when a good metaphor goes horribly wrong?
Or just take it too far. There's no going back now.
You own it, buddy. Just ride it through.
Are you saying you put some LEDs on that bitch?
Yeah. So she can glow.
Yeah.
All right. Don't ever let the man say nobody wants to see him shine.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, it's gonna be a great time. There's some good folks, a lot of great talent. I'm really excited to actually be in one space under one roof with some of these folks, and just knowing the caliber of actor you're gonna see. It's gonna be
these people you may not have worked with before.
Yeah, a couple of them are. There's a couple new names, people I'm really excited to actually see what they've got.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because one of the things I love about the burlesque scene is just you get to see that there are different people with different ideas, and we're all just sort of like shoulder to shoulder on the same stages sometimes, and just you see something that really blows you away. Someone maybe has put 1,000 hours into their costume, and they look exactly spot on, like maybe if they do a really good May cosplay or something like that. Yeah, like
it just bugs me when folks half-ass it at like Halloween and stuff. And I'm there,
yeah, me
like,
too.
I put $150 in the what? What do you mean you got Scotch tape in a CVS bag?
Yeah, and then, some of us can skate by like that for a while, but I was looking at my own my own Link costume has taken on a couple different iterations over the last couple of years. I actually first performed that at Stella Chi's wedding, and that was an intimidating experience. Yeah, because I'm seeing this person as like a phenomenal cosplayer, and I didn't even know the right color ears. It's just like what am I doing here?
Why do I imagine you walked up with like I don't know, like black ears, and like it was like the hand in that episode of Aqua Teen Hunger Force. It's like you're obviously a white guy with a Latino hand, or something like that.
Hand banana.
Yeah, I got one eyebrow is like the wrong color. One's blonde, the other one's like redhead.
I know, but you learn things from spending time with a lot of these folks, and they're really good. Of course, and this is all put together, by the Con Vixens, and of course, Danger Doll is the is one of the minds behind that group, and so just getting a chance to work with her and collaborate with her once again. And by the way, her Zarya is amazing. Like, she's got the pink hair and everything. She's got the costume. Like,
nice.
Just follow her, look her up. You'll see exactly what I mean.
Not to take anything away from her, but I will say, former correspondent of the Geek Down, fond of feeling.
Oh yeah.
Was Zarya incarnate? Like, I think we made the point that she needs to contact them because they may owe her royalties for the image.
Yeah, she's already that person.
Yeah. No, I'm anxious to see this though, man. Especially because like I've seen a lot of performers from here in Boston. I've met some from out of town, but having them like come here to perform and getting like experience something we don't see on a regular basis for something so like special and welcoming as PAX,
right?
Because this is folks coming from out of town to see Boston performers as well. So it works on both ends, and that's just cool as hell to me, man.
Yeah. And Pat, one of the things I got to say though is one of the things I find lacking just in the Boston scene is that specifically I don't think there's a whole lot of like hardcore gamers that have performance acts, and so like case in point is like I don't think I've ever had the chance to do Link in Boston. I don't know how well it'll be received because it's just like you come up with video game acts and sometimes you get a lot of like blank stares. So I'm not exactly sure how well it'll hit. So when you see that those people coming from all around being in Boston, you can tell I'm really excited. It's not just the coffee, So, so I'm really excited to see like some
it's
really.
It's not just that bag of angel dust we gave you before the show.
Like Mass Effect.
I mean artificial sweetener. No, dude. It's just like I would normally say, please, dude, I'll show you some spots. But as we've discussed here in the show, I'm just an old fogey, man. Like, I know places the same place that I've known for like 15 years. So it's like, it's good to get fresh blood in there. And an event like PAX will really facilitate exposing your type of act to an entirely new audience who would be into that. Young gamers who may now be into burlesque after they see just the right act. Yeah. And dude, they'll get references for people from out of town. They'll get references from people who are in town. It's a great time every time that I've been. And I mean, dude, I don't want to seem biased because apparently it's like, oh, it's a wonderful show. What do you think? But no, it's like I really have had an excellent time every time I've seen one of your shows. So I'm jazzed for this one, especially because the subject matter. It's like, dude, I like music, I like movies, I like all types of good stuff, and this is games, like a lesser touched on avenue.
Yeah.
Really being promoted. I'm pumped, man. Do you want to give our listeners the actual information on where they can get tickets, where they can see this sucker go down?
Yeah, definitely. If you look up the event on Facebook, Con Vixens, PAX East 17, and you can also get tickets from the Rockwell, rockwell.com, if I'm not mistaken, .org, .net, .gov.
Thank you for that.
Just keep typing those in.
Okay. A pro tip for anyone who's doing the search, the Rockwell, one word, actually used to be the Davis Square Theater. Right here in Massachusetts. So if you check, I guess, Rockwell Davis Square Theater, Davis Theater, whatever.
That's a lot. That's a
it'll-
lot. That's a lot.
Oh,
I'm just going to do what Dale said.
All right.
.com, .net, .gov,
Yeah.
.mil, .edu. One of those gonna work.
I guess the Rockwell Somerville might be enough. But also they can go on the Facebook page. The address will be on there. They can probably get tickets there.
Yep, absolutely. Ticket link is right on there.
Mhm.
Yeah, Facebook makes it real easy.
All right, cool. I love the fact that you came on here too, and it's just like I'm not just promoting a show. It's like, dude, I'm a fan of so and so. She's gonna be here. Oh, yeah.
It's awesome, man.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, now real quick before we officially cut it off, who are you looking forward to? Like, who are you just salivating over? Just the ultimate rabid fan. And once you get off stage, all extra professional, touch, just the tie or.
Who am I
whatever
going to
you
try to keep it
have.
together in front of?
Exactly.
Well, obviously Stella Chu every time.
All
Every
right.
time. One of the best cosplayers that exists in
Cool.
this, in our mortal plane. Also, pretty excited to see Zilly Lilly from Toronto. Heard some great things. Oh my goodness, I'm just gonna stop there.
Before you say anything. Okay, all right.
Yeah, no, just like I saw a picture of the FemShep costume, and I'm just sitting there going, I'm gonna be in the corner. I'm gonna give myself a timeout.
And let me open up because the bar is gonna get set real high after this.
Yeah,
That's
no,
awesome.
I'm gonna feel so inadequate. It's gonna be great.
All right. Well, we're keeping in due bounds. Be sure to check out Con Vixens happening just this weekend. Check them out on Facebook. Get your tickets and be there front and actually, it's the VIP tickets ago. Be there side row and other to actually check this one out. I'll be there. I know that much.
Nice. Can't wait to see you there.
All right. Good stuff. All right. Now, gentlemen. Okay. Well, the rest of you suckers. I got the checkouts. Hugh Jackman, our boy Hugh Jackman, done so well to hide his Australian accent. Hugh Jackman.
How'd he do?
The man most recognizable from Swordfish, Hugh Jackman. But no, sorry, that was a terrible movie. But Hugh Jackman in Logan. This is supposedly the final installment of the Wolverine story in the MCU. I don't think so. I think this might be the final proper one, but Marvel probably came to this dude on the side, drove a dump truck full of money to his side, to his house, and said, "Hey, how about one more? Just wear the claws for old time's sake." It's like, I don't know, and it's like, we'll buy you an island. Okay, bub. But no, the story of Logan, which I want to throw up right now. No spoilers, but just letting people know, because I went in with the expectation this was the story of Old Man Logan, the comic mini series that ran in 2015. It's honestly been running for decades, but was properly laid out in 2015. And I wasn't necessarily disappointed, but I was taken aback because I went in expecting one specific thing. I went expecting Logan, Old Man Logan, the story I know well, this good tale, this raw, gritty tale.
And that's what the previews were telling me that it was going to be like. I mean, it was really building that up that this is going to be Old Man Logan.
Yeah, very misleading. Now, directly misleading though. Like they knew what the hell they were doing. There wasn't like there was no like, oh, it's just coincidence and happened to. Nah, please, they knew exactly.
They were sucking people in, man.
Yeah, like okay, perfect example. Old Man Logan takes place in an apocalyptic future, like distant future. Logan, just Mexico.
Old Man Mexico, or
it's just Mexico, yo.
Bruh. You know how horrible that sounds?
I'm saying
It's supposed to be apocalyptic, but now we just went to Tijuana.
We
we went to poor section Tijuana.
Brother, for real. You know what? Yo, that got me too.
That's
that got me too. They went a little bit off the main highways and like the desert areas.
That's
they found
so
a
bad.
down water tower. Like bam, Old Man Logan. Like you for real?
It's like, man, he's living it rough. Like, no, that's somebody's life. Like when they leave, that's somebody's life.
Yeah, but you know what? You can look past all that because the movie itself does present a very compelling story. Old Man Logan, the comic book, is like very intricate and very involved in the Marvel universe. But also, I could imagine, even though it's a movie, it's a Hugh Jackman Marvel movie. They probably have all the money in the world. There are still budgetary constraints that they probably have to consider because this is not the Avengers. This is still a standalone movie centered around one character. Technically, 4 characters, maybe a few more if you want to consider everybody. But this is not, like I said, the Avengers. This is not an X-Men team movie. This is just one character. It's focusing on Logan himself and the introduction of X-23. This was in the commercials and the trailers. So there's no spoilers. I'm really trying hard to tiptoe around that because it's a story that I thought I was familiar with going in, and they gave me something completely different that had similar elements, So I guess I'll talk about the similarities because these are things that really stood out in the story, that they could present something that we thought we knew from a different tale. And even though we may have felt slighted by it not being what we were expected, we were still like I was still entertained. I'm gonna come out and say right now, this was a really good movie. This was they played it like a Western. You know, it's not an action movie. It's a movie where there's a hero, there's villains, and there's a quest. You know, I guess it's more of a road movie. You know, it's a road movie / Western, right down to wild horses at one point. Yeah, so it's interesting to see the way they set this slightly in the future. It takes place in 2029. Right now, we do this review in 2017, so it's like they have slight advances in technology. Not, you know, astronomical stuff. We're not like, oh, I'm going to space for lunch, you know, but different things that we could logically see. Yeah, you know, if they keep going the way it's going, that's probably coming out in a couple of years.
Yeah, and then 2029 we'll be like, why don't we have the things that are in Logan?
Exactly.
Like, they're gonna look back and get disappointed, like the hoverboard thing.
That's what I'm saying. I was thinking like, we don't got no DeLoreans now, but all right,
Hey, we have hoverboards. They're breaking on Mike Tyson's back.
They're combusting, right?
My back. What? Spinal. All right, but no, I'm keeping it simple. I don't want to harp too much on this because I hate not being able to give a spoiler-free review without like someone to give it back and forth to, because then it's just like me trying to give details without giving details. But this is the story of Logan and the story of X-23. So anyone who's not familiar with X-23 in the comics, X-23 is Wolverine's daughter. Wolverine has has two primarily acknowledged kid characters in the Marvel Universe.
He has two legitimate kids. Yes. And God knows how many illegitimate.
Seriously, the droves. But there's two kids. There's his son Dakin, who's like, you know, this evil, bad so-and-so, and his daughter X-23. X-23 in the movie is not the exact person. What's up, Herb? You got input?
I think she's still a clone in the comics.
She's a clone? I thought she was biological.
Nope.
Ooh, they got me. All right. Well, X-23 is still Wolverine's daughter, an acknowledged daughter. In the movie, she is part of a program. And that's all I'll say about that. But it's a road movie where Charles Xavier and Caliban are the only other mutants we really see.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. Very toned down, and the reason mutants are no longer prominent is very different. In the movie, is very different from the reason mutants are no longer prominent in the Old Man Logan story.
Mike Pence got him, huh? Y'all saw that meme.
I'm not going to say yes. I'm not going to say no. All I'm saying is, in 2000, we saw Mike Pence turn into water. No. No, it's a lot of nods to the comics. So I think a lot of the nuances in the story were meant to not necessarily advance Logan's story, because you could do without him in this, but they're meant to appease the comic fans, who again are going to have the same reaction of, this isn't Old Man Logan. Where's Old Hulk? Where's Red Skull? Dr. Doom ain't in the, you know, and it doesn't take away from the story. Once you can separate that, dude, I had a really good time watching this. I'm just like, yo, this is bleak. But it's good. But it's dark. But it's good. But I kind of want to cry. But it's still good. And it's Wolverine. This dude's just old now. You know, life's beating down on him. It's rough. It's raw. He's had a tough go of it the last few years. And it doesn't shy away from, he's just this angry, grizzled, bitter old man. But he's responsible. He's got things he has to do.
Okay, there's one thing I got to know, though.
Yes.
Does he ever use the line, "I'm too old for this shit" in this movie?
He does not.
Okay, good. Okay, good, because now I'm going to go see it, because that is such a tired trope.
Oh, man. Okay, so the next Wolverine, it'll be Logan 2 starring Danny Glover. No, it's just
with the weapon 16.
It's just in those responsibilities that he has to handle is where the story plays itself out, because there's a lot of mysterious characters who kind of pop up here and there, and we don't get to know who they are until like the very end of the movie. So it's one of those that keeps you in suspense, and everything's playing out like the Man with No Name stories starring Clint Eastwood.
Oh, gotcha.
You know, it's a Western. We know the one guy, and we don't know why all these people are interacting with him. Why the hell is he working with Caliban? We don't know until, you know, about midway through the movie. Professor X is in this movie. Wasn't really in the trailers. He's in the movie, and he's not the same Professor X we knew.
Which X are we talking about?
We're talking about Professor X, Charles Xavier. And he's Charles Xavier, played by a very too old for this shit, Patrick Stewart.
Good. The right one.
Good.
Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
The Professor X.
Yes,
the Professor X. Yes. He's not in Captain Picard form, I'll tell you that much. But it plays into the story, too, why he's not like that. And that was very interesting. But you got to pay attention to the dialogue. That's one thing I actually found out in discussions afterwards. I heard it, but I wasn't listening the first time. I was just waiting for someone to get cut. and then eventually they did. But the dialogue too is very important.
It's like, yeah, just jump to it. There he goes. Yeah,
I'm just saying, get that middle claw through someone's temple already, When the claws finally come out, this movie got raw. They used that R rating to its fullest. This wasn't they shy away, they pull punches. This I think actually it exploited the R rating. And
you talking like Tarantino blood?
I'm talking Tarantino blood.
Ooh.
I'm talking Tarantino blood unnecessarily. Like in this scene, like
that's kind of blood.
I'm like, yo, they're dead. What are you doing? Let it go. Walk away.
It's like Tarantino. You cut a head off, it just sprays like a freaking oasis of blood that just goes to the sky.
Man, just like the gore in some part of this was uncalled for.
Are we getting like borderline Passion of the Christ blood?
Okay, no, pace yourself. Okay, it's still a comic movie. Yeah. But
we have Tarantino and then we have Passion of the Christ. That's
that's
the Holy Grail.
I just want to emphasize that a lot of the beef folks had with the Wolverine and Wolverine Origins, and plenty of stuff to be pissed off with Wolverine Origins. But the Wolverine this is a Wolverine story, but they didn't feel it was as raw and violent and hardcore slasher-esque as it should have been. This movie was like we were listening, and we've made amends. I guess it was raw. There was slashers. There was slashing. Highly worth watching.
Okay.
This movie is a thumbs up all the way. Also, it ends on some really touching notes. Aww. I have to call out Laura, the X-23's name in the movie. I forget the actress's name, but I really hope goes places, because there's a lot of emotional scenes with this little girl, and she acted far beyond someone of her age range. Like there's scenes that I imagine people say after Linda Blair did The Exorcist, you can't ask the child to do those lines and stuff, and probably messed her up afterwards. There's like those level emotion scenes.
Daphne Keane, thank you. I really hope she goes places, because she gave a solid performance, an incredible performance. Not my favorite from Patrick Stewart, but I think it was because that's probably not my favorite role from Patrick Stewart.
Gotcha.
But the Old Man Logan story is a gritty one. It has incest, totalitarianism, just operation and cannibalism, all types of raw stuff. And you think, I wanted to see it on screen. You're not going to get that on screen, but you still get a solid story. You still get a solid Western, a road movie. And dude, Eric LaSalle. Do you remember Eric LaSalle?
Yeah.
Yep. To anyone who doesn't know Eric LaSalle, if you didn't watch him on
ER?
One of those Grey's Anatomy.
ER, yeah, it was ER. He was a black dude on ER.
You may remember him from Coming to America as the Prince of Else you heard. But yeah, Eric LaSalle, we have not seen for a long time. No Jerry Curl in this one, but he makes an appearance. Eric LaSalle and Elise Neal, actors we haven't seen in a long time. They have some poignant roles in this. Wow. I did have to call out Elise Neal, but we don't get a shot of the butt, man. Daggone shame. But either way, regardless, I still highly recommend Logan. Like, highly recommend. Anyone who's a comic fan, check it out. If you're not a comic fan, it's still a good movie, but suspend your disbelief on some things, because it's mutants. So they're gonna do some outlandish stuff. It's still a damn good story.
Right. So would you give it a thumbs up?
Definitely a thumbs up.
All right.
Now, Jay, I'm gonna give you a solid 10.
Word.
And I want to hear the inside stuff on WWE Fastlane.
Suspend your disbelief is quite the phrase that you use to close out yours that would sideway into mine. So we talk about WWE Fastlane, and this is Raw's last pay-per-view before they go into WrestleMania in the next 4 weeks or so. It's one of those pay-per-views. I mean, the last time I did a review, it was for a SmackDown pay-per-view, and I was incredibly excited because it was a great pay-per-view. But I knew not to get my hopes up too high for this one. And yeah, it didn't fail. Everything went essentially the way I expected it. A couple matches stood out.
Damn, brother. Okay, start off on a middle note there.
So I'm going to start off with a good note, end off on a little mini rant. Yeah. Gallows and Anderson defended their tag titles against Cass and Enzo. It was all right. I thought it was a good match. The one thing that really stuck out that was interesting to me was that, one, WWE finally recognized the fact that Gallows and Anderson are only one of 3 tag teams to hold both the IWGP Tag Team Championship and the WWE Tag Team Championship. Before, they just said it, and they never would say the names of the other guys. I'm really impressed. They mentioned the Dudley Boys and the Steiners are the only 2 other tag teams that have hold the New Japan's tag team title and WWE. So it makes those 3, which is very monumental for them to actually recognize recognize it. And for those who watched it, there's a little Easter egg that was in there that Anderson actually wore his Bullet Club tights for the match, which is crazy because he can't wear them technically because Bullet Club is owned and trademarked by New Japan. Mm-hmm. So he was like, whatever, with this, I'm rocking my gear. So
wait, could that have been an act of defiance, or could that have been a foreshadow?
I think a little bit of both. I think Vince wants to have the illusion to the Bullet Club, but since Vince doesn't own the Bullet Club, all Vince did was acquire all the older members of the Bullet Club. He wants to bank off their imagery without actually paying for the trademark. So they have these shirts that say Gallows and Anderson, but the design is still Bullet Club design. So it's like Vince taking these backdoor cuts, calling it the club. And it's like, come on, bro. If I'm the owner of New Japan, I'm ready to fight you because you're saying it, but you ain't. It's kind of like I think I mentioned before. I think we had this conversation. I was saying it's like an NBA basketball owner saying, I'm gonna name my team the Newton C's. You're clearly stealing it from the Boston Celtics. We call it the Newton C's. You know, it's like, come on, bro.
Oh, hey man, you said that here on the Geek Down, brought to you by Geico. Come on, man, please save a lot of my money on car insurance. No, I feel you, but honestly, okay, let's be real too. Vince has enough money where it's just like he can use all that and just take the lawsuit. Like he's probably just playing it on the back.
At the end of the day, he could, but it's one of those sort of things. Like all he has to do is break off New Japan a little piece of the pie. But hey, listen, man. I'll break you off like 70%. I take 30 off the merch sales purely because he'll get more viewership and he'll stack the money off the advertising because, and I'm going to get into that a little later, the difference between a pro wrestling fan and a WWE fan because that plays big into what happens at the end of the pay-per-view. But overall, it was a great match. Gallows and Anderson won. They took a shortcut, but the shortcut was done so very well that it didn't cheapen it for them. So they did cheap, but it didn't cheapen it. If you catch what I'm saying, because sometimes when a pro wrestler cheats out of a match and they win, it cheapens the win, even though they cheat. So you can cheat, and a cheat can look very favorably in terms of their character.
Yeah, you talking about Yokozuna tag when the ref is looking versus finger poke of doom.
Exactly. Good reference. Good reference. All right, Nia Jax went up against Sasha Banks. I mean, the one thing I was really impressed at, Nia Jax looked really good. I mean, I've been complaining and I've been recognizing the fact that she's been improving her moveset. I mean, because she's a big girl, she's been moving around, but she's definitely greatly improved her moveset. I mean, I've never seen a woman take another woman, throw her over the shoulders, and proceed to do squats with her on her shoulders, son. It was like, is she doing squats with another woman over her shoulders? It was bonkers. But it was really...
She's no joke, though, man.
She is no joke. I mean, she has like a good 120, 150-pound weight advantage on Sasha Banks. And
it's all leg, baby.
It really is, man. And Sasha rolled her up for the win. It was a little sloppy for the roll-up, but it's one of those... It was a sloppy roll-up, but you kind of got to give her a pass because of the weight differential. So it's one of those... She did the best she could, being a woman who weighs maybe like 110 pounds soaking wet versus a woman who weighs probably about 220, you know what I mean? So it went as good as it could do, but I was just highly impressed with that. But her squatting with another human being over her shoulders, it was done very well.
Unnecessary, though.
It was so unnecessary, but it was funny. It was hilarious. All right, the cruiserweight match. Jack Gallagher went up against Neville. These are two cruiserweights, and they just did very well. It was a flying all over the ring. It was very entertaining. Gallagher did a headstand twice on top of the turnbuckle, which was just funny. And it was just nice little jockeying back and forth. And it was done very, very well. It was very entertaining, to say the least. Bayley defended her belt against Charlotte. She kept her belt. Good for her.
Well, there was a quick like I caught some of the interviews beforehand. Mm-hmm. There was like a big deal there, where it was like wouldn't somebody like what we called not eliminated, someone couldn't make that match, right?
What, for Charlotte and Bayley?
Yeah.
No, what it was that Charlotte usually comes down to the ring with her valet, if you will, or her protege, Dana Brooke. And Bayley called her up and said, well, if you really are woman enough to fight me, what you would do is you'll tell Dana Brooke to stay in the back. So Charlotte comes out and just looked at her and told her, get off my stage, and just dismissed her. Oh, and Dana Brooke went back, and Charlotte came out, and they fought, and it was an interesting win. I mean, Sasha Banks came out and interfered not in a dirty sort of way, but Charlotte rolled up Bayley, grabbed her tights, and Sasha flagged her. She's holding her tights.
Oh, you snitched.
She snitched.
Snitching.
She dry snitched on her, and she did. Ref was like, get off her tights. And of course, Charlotte gets up, screams at Sasha Banks. Bayley catch with the belly to belly. Finishing move, pinned her. Match is done. It was all right match. I think the wrap up of the match, the closing of the match was okay, but the match itself, they were flying all over the place, doing good spots. I mean, it was good.
Okay, the title's on the line. I'd like to think they're not half-assing it.
There wasn't half-assing it. I think the finish was it was an okay finish. It was the best possible finish you could have.
All
In that sort of scenario, what they was trying to build up, and it ended Charlotte's streak of being undefeated in a pay-per-view. They kept bigging it up. It's like, okay, this is her 16th fight at a pay-per-view. She's never been pinned and blah, blah, blah. She never lost at a pay-per-view until this one. And it's kind of weird that they wasted it right now. They could have done it at WrestleMania. So it's kind of weird they did it right now at this pay-per-view for her to lose. She should have won this pay-per-view and lost at WrestleMania. And I think it would have been a bigger pop for her character. Sidetrack real quick. Owens and Goldberg. It was a match that lasted a little over 20 seconds. And
Another
Goldberg
one?
became champion.
Oh, bullshit.
So... And that, go ahead, say what you gotta say.
This is like a historical thing where it's like it should be Goldberg's the first dude to hold the WCW title, and now the WWE title, right?
WWE Universal title, correct?
Universal,
Yep,
yeah.
he's the first one.
Okay. So a match of that caliber, like this is some record breaking stuff.
Mhm.
You telling me like one of those 20-second Brock Lesnar-esque
It was worse.
matches?
It was worse than Brock
Worse.
Lesnar.
How was it worse?
I mean, Brock Lesnar at least had some offense. Owens had zero offense. Owens was starting off good, doing like the stalling tactic before the bell rang. So he would go out, walk around, come back in, roll out, walk around. He did that for a good like 5 minutes. Okay, let's see where this is going. He steps into the ring. Jericho's music hits. He sees Jericho at the top of the apron because him and Jericho got this beef. Ref rings the bell. He turns around. Lesnar spears him. Jackhammers him. Wins the title in about 22 seconds or so.
Goldberg, you
It
mean?
says here.
Yes, exactly.
Goldberg, you mean?
Goldberg, yeah, Goldberg got it.
Dude, that's garbage. Though. Okay. How long did he have the title?
Oh my God, you talk about Owens?
Yeah.
Man, he has since August.
Yo.
So that face right there is where I want to segment it to.
Okay.
They used to say, your pro wrestling fans are livid. They are angry. They are frustrated. I mean, I got a little group. Folks are mad on the group. What the hell is it? Blah, blah. I knew this was going to happen, blah, blah. And this is the answer that I got. I'm not as mad because I knew this was going to happen. And it's not because I like the way it was booked. It's not because I understand why they booked it, but it is, I kind of understand it. WWE booked it for their fans, not for pro wrestling fans. The way these matches are booked, they're booked for WWE fans. So if you are a WWE fan, you are bought into Goldberg, you're bought into him as a character, you're bought into him in his imagery, you're bought into certain characters, you're bought into that story. You're not bought into pro wrestling. So you're so trapped into this angle, you're not looking at the ramifications because you, my friend, as a pro wrestling fan, you're able to understand and see how this does not make sense for someone like Kevin Owens who carried his belt since August, but yet he's going to go into the biggest show of the year, WrestleMania, and not have his title. But rather Goldberg, who's a part-timer and 50 years old, who can't wrestle for more than a couple of minutes, because that's really what it comes down to. He gets 2 bad knees. So you got a guy who's a part-timer with 2 bad knees. He's gonna hold on to this belt for 4 weeks and not show up until WrestleMania. You got Lesnar. You got Lesnar, who's another part-timer who's not going to show up for 4 weeks. You know what I mean? So you got these part-timers who are headlining your pay-per-view. For pro wrestling fans, that's asinine and insulting because you have a whole roster of guys who you're like, yo, give these guys a chance. Yeah. They have talent. They have the ability. But if you're a WWE fan, you just care about the spotlight and the glitch. You like the Goldberg chant. You like the smoke. You like the visual effect of it, but you're not really bought into the wrestlers and their careers. You haven't followed them. So for me as a pro wrestling fan, I'm looking at it as, I remember Owens, he was Kevin Steen, where he was wrestling in freaking middle school gyms. He made it onto WWE. They told him that he wasn't going to make it, and he made it, and he pushed through, and he's doing a great job. But next thing you know, it's done, and his push just got ended. And it's just one of those sort of things where out of nowhere, you're like, what happened to this guy? And now it just stopped. And at the same time, I was like, okay, you got Goldberg, and congratulations for all you WWE fans. It's a great deal. Goldberg looked great. Roman Reigns looked great. All your WWE guys look great. But for all these other these guys who extend beyond WWE, who have fan bases outside of WWE, are being pushed to the side. And AJ Styles too. He's another one. Held the WWE title for a year. He's not going to go into WrestleMania with it. And it's just like, I'm not mad because I knew it was going to happen.
Man, okay, that's honestly, I think when the whole thing of more presentation and, let's be real, politics comes into it than actual wrestling itself. I understand, and we've had for a long time to swallow that there's a big difference between standard professional sports and professional wrestling. But I mean, at the very least, I would hope that they'd have some level of of purity of the wrestling maintained, just with that understanding of it's like, yo, we're meeting you halfway. You know, does it come down to there's more money to be made from pulling like BS like this? Because I was looking forward to Goldberg matches. Granted, I don't have the PPV setup like you do, but yo, I get the news afterwards. I'm just like, yo, I want to see a solid match. I check the highlights. When those highlights are less than 20 seconds,
pretty much, there was a GIF of the match, bro. Legit GIF of the match. You like saying like a whole GIF of this. The whole match was wrapped up in the GIF. I think it is money, and I think it's consistency. Because at the end of the day, if I know that I'm gearing my product towards kids who are going to watch it, who will go buy the shirts, mom's going to spend her check and get the kid to come to the show, and you don't have to worry about the kid compared to anything else. I mean, from time to time, you'll hear me on the show compare WWE pay-per-views to New Japan, and I'll say, without a doubt, New Japan has a better product. You won't hear a WWE fan ever say that. They'll just say, I love WWE, and that's all I watch. I watch John Cena, I watch Roman Reigns, I watch Brock Lesnar, I watch these guys. And I'm like, well, those guys aren't the best guys. You'll find better guys in Ring of Honor. That's how you got Kevin Owens, because he came out of Ring of Honor. That's how you got Seth Rollins, because he came out of Ring of Honor. I don't want to talk about all that stuff before. I just want to talk about him right now in WWE, as if everyone else doesn't matter. And I think that's where Vince realized that his goal is to build up his own WWE base, not to go after pro wrestling fans, but to go after WWE fans who are tied into the product, not pro wrestling. And it's unfortunate, but there you go.
Thank you, Jay, for that. And I'll remind all listeners, you can still sign up for Bodog Fight. It's out there.
Bump fights in the middle of Holly Square.
All right. Now, Jay, thank you very much. That was a breakdown of WWE Fastlane.
Yes.
What's next on the roster? You know, offhand?
WrestleMania will be next in about 4 weeks or so. So that's it.
All right. Good stuff. All right. Well, I mean, theoretically good stuff.
We'll see.
All right, but this has been the Geek Down here on WEMF. I want to thank you all for listening to another action-packed episode, and also want to prepare you for PAX coming up. Turn to my man Dale Stones.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you, man. Remind cast to the checkouts.
What?
The checkout. Okay, check out
yeah.
Con Vixens.
Plug your show.
All right,
Yes, exactly.
No, I'm asleep at the wheel here. So Con Vixens coming up this Saturday on the 11th, and it's going to be 9 o'clock. Actually, doors 9 o'clock, show 9:30, and come on down. General admission still available. See you then.
Cool. You can get your tickets on
The
Facebook.
Rockwell.
We know you. You're anxious to get out of here and play that Twitch again. Give us a Switch. You know what I mean.
Switch.
On Twitch, yeah.
That was terrible. I just realized what I said. It's like you're anxious to get out of here and be that Switch again. This whole thing took a very wrong turn very quickly.
Burns deep inside.
I blame you, just Johnny.
Yep.
This guy. All right. Want to thank JM,
Peace.
Phil the Priest himself.
Yay.
And DJ Herbie Herb.
Bye, guys.
Oh, man. All right, I want to remind you all to check us every Monday night, 9 p.m. right here on WEMFradio.com. And in between, you can check us out on social media. We're on SoundCloud. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook /The Geek Down. We're on, what's the other one?
YouTube.
The one with the bird. Well,
Twitter.
I'll get there. Thank you. We're on Twitter.
What's up with the one with them birds? With them birds' names?
/The Geek Down. Also, you can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/geekdown, and you can look us up on iTunes, and we are the first one that comes up as Geek Down for all this deliciousness. And we will catch you all next Monday nights right here, same bat time, same bat channel. But until then, promise me, from me, be excellent to each other. Peace. Oh, like